Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a Thursday morning. That's right, Thursday morning, the middle of December. No snow on the ground. The sun is kind of going to peek through today. I think the clouds are broke up. It's got that beautiful pink and purple in the clouds. It's just gorgeous here in southwest Wisconsin, minus the temperature, because that is included in the number, -1 or 2, and going to get colder. But we live in Wisconsin, so it could be 70 tomorrow. Who knows? That's just how it works. But no, we are in for a cold snap here, which is a good thing. If you guys are out ice fishing, whatever, please be careful. We saw a car already go through on a lake, and everybody says, well, how dumb can you be? I think it's just uneducated, whatever. I don't get it. I know people like to push the limits, but, if you really want fish that bad, Walmart has them in a box. I mean, you can go to your local market, such as Richland Locker, and ask them to get you some fish. I mean, just be smart about this. I don't get it. I weigh over 250 pounds, so until the ice is 6 inches thick, this guy doesn't go fishing. I don't need fish that bad. I can order a fish sandwich at the bowling alley. That's what I can do. That, and I don't have to carry all my gear with me all the time. And plus, it's hard to launch the boat when it comes to that, too. I mean, But just be careful out there. This temperature is going to make some ice. There's no doubt about it. If you got a non-working refrigerator outside right now, you can put food in it. It'll stay cold. That's right. So, yeah. That's what I have for words for wisdom this morning is that if you weigh over 200 pounds and you really want to go fishing, wait till the ice is 6 inches thick, or go to your local locker and get your fresh fish, or go to the grocery store or a local restaurant. Have them cook fish for you. That's what I would do. Go to like TKO or Turbo, wherever. Have them cook fish. Much better. And I stay warm. Plus, I don't have to worry about frozen beers. They'll just be cold. So, with that said, welcome to the Moose Minute Project. It's going to take work. It is going to take work. I think we're all getting sick and tired of hearing about who's getting sued, who's going to court, the next investigation, the next criminal complaint about this person, right or left. I think we're all tired of it. And then hearing about who's listening to who because it's a fake news or not fake news. I don't know what news program is anymore. When I was a kid, there was only one news. Walter Cronkite was usually telling us kids what to do or behave, so he was the only guy that my parents watched and anything like that. So who knows? It is what it is. Headed to the Phoenix Center today at noon to hand over the check to the Alzheimer's Association. The vice president of development from Milwaukee for the Alzheimer's Association Wisconsin chapter will be at the bowling alley to accept the check from me. That is $5,133. So, and with that said, the second annual is in the books and on the books. It's not in the books. It's on the books for November 8th, 2025. And I've already got sponsors lined up, some of them. If you go to my events page, you can see who those are. Those that sponsored. I can't thank you all enough. I really can't. It has brought a positivity to me when I needed it the most. I was really struggling with everything going on. Really struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. A, with the loss of my mom. B, coming into the holiday season. And just what I could do to bless people like I talk about every time after my Moose Minute Project. And I am truly blessed by everybody that showed up and was a big benefactor in raising that money. So thank you. But it's going to take some work, and there's no doubt about it. is that it is going to take some work on your own to make you better. You know, I'm glad I'm out of the power sports world, out of retail sales, I should say. I knew it was going to happen. During 2020, you couldn't get product. You couldn't, and dealers were making up numbers to try to get product. So they were inflating their numbers, and manufacturers were ecstatic. And the sales were proving that, oh yeah, that's going to happen, that's going to happen. And they kept getting more and more. And that's the only way you could get product in, was to inflate your numbers. However, at some point, that's going to end. And it has. Hence now why you see rebates and dealers advertising up to $9,000 off of side-by-sides. Or this or that, or, you know, free, who cares what, services, whatever, till eternity, I don't know. But it just amazes me that the people that are running these businesses and doing this are not pushing back on the manufacturers. Instead, they continue to bring stuff in, because I guarantee you what happens is let's just use Kawasaki. I only going to use that one because right now I hear the rebates are big. So what's going to happen is that they say, okay, yep, you got 24s, and we've got a ton. Cowie had 24s. They've got them probably stacked 70 high and 15,000 deep. Who knows? But across our whole line, if you bring in X amount of 2024s, we're going to give you 3, individual coupons. And this is how they've done it in the past. This is how I'm guessing they're doing it now, from what I'm seeing price-wise. Is that, okay, so as the factory, we're going to give you a $3,000 rebate. But if you bring in a bunch of 24s, we're going to give you coupons to use as discounts to push through those. However, at some point, those coupons are not going to balance. Because if you're using them all to push everything that you have in late inventory, so if they've been in your possession, and I don't know what floor plan interest or where they cut it off anymore, but it was, for a longest time, they'd give you 6 months, sometimes in a year. They'd give you free flooring. Well, I'm guessing now it's about 120 days that you have to spin your inventory. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. But you have to spin that inventory to not have to pay floor plan on it. Otherwise, you're paying floor plan, and floor plan, I remember seeing numbers that were astronomical. And, it would be nothing to write a check for probably $20,000-$25,000 a month on just interest. And the margins, no matter what people think, and I'm totally honest here because I'm out of the business, the margins that you guys think these dealers have is not there. It's not there. It takes service and it takes parts. It takes those two top, and your finance. Finance is huge to make a dealer profitable. Sales department is just there to sell. They are not your profit generating center. In 2020, they did. 2020, we were able to, because we were able to get everything we had. But it is not there now. So how are you doing that? You better have top-notch sales. You better have top-notch service and top-notch finance to make a dealership go around. But what's going on now is you're going to see these prices, and people just bought all these brand new UTVs and everything else. Yeah, they're getting them for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 less than what they paid for a new one. So then in a year, when you go to trade it in, be ready for a shock. Because trade-in value is going to be just like a vehicle. I've had this discussion on numerous things with people is that take your truck, buy a brand new Silverado like I'm sitting in. I'm fortunate enough to be able to own one. However, my truck's I've had it less than a year, or just over a year now. And I've got 50,000 miles on it. So if I went to go trade it in, I guarantee you what it would look like. Well, UTVs are not a necessity. Okay, so there's another unlively factor to drink into this. They're not a need. They are a want. So everybody needs a vehicle. I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of us need a vehicle for work, for wherever. So a UTV is not one of those. It's not a necessity. It is a want. It's a personal enjoyment thing. It's a toy, basically. So when you go to trade it in a year, be ready for those numbers and say, oh, I spent this and this and that. I'm sorry. That's how it works. It's on a supply chain as far as price goes. Yeah. That's how it is. Supply and demand. And back in 2020, everything was demanded. They wanted to get out. People wanted to get out. People wanted to go drive, be away from everybody. So the supply was low, demand was high, price went through the roof. Now, if you look anywhere at local dealerships, the supply is not low. And the demand, because of interest rates and everything else, is so-so, and the prices that you're paying for these things, and I'm not knocking anybody that can afford one. I'd love to have one, but I'm not spending that kind of money. I'll wait for used stuff to come out and buy a good quality used one, or buy somebody that thought, well, I should buy this, and then 3 or 4 months later they go, well, crap, we're not using this like we should, and they'll get rid of it. So that's where it is. But it's going to take some work to work through this. You have to have patience. Whatever you do, if you're buying a toy right now, either you're going to be satisfied with that toy for a long time, or you're going to get used to the kick in the pants. And if you can afford to buy cash for it, congratulations. Sometimes that doesn't matter to people. They just want the newest, latest, and greatest. But you are going to have to take some of your butt whooping. And that's what happens. No different than, like I said, with brand new vehicles. I love all the new vehicles. I love my truck. I like everything about it. I love the 20 miles to the gallon. But I am now married to this one for a while because I've got 50,000 miles on it. A lot of that miles came, and you heard me talk about it on the radio yesterday, when I became guardian of my mom, and then we had no choice but to put her in Hudson, Wisconsin. So every weekend, and I tried to go every weekend, sometimes I only went every other, I drove 6 hours round trip to see my mom, because there's no facilities close to Richland Center that will put my mom, that could have handled my mom. That it was a locked facility, besides Winnebago and Mendota, that are mental facilities that she had no right to be in the first place, in my opinion. She had Alzheimer's, but it was the hardest thing to watch. And then to have to put her that far away, and I couldn't be there every day. I could only be there every 7 days or every 14 days for over a year. I watched her struggle in town here and vanishing and saying those kind of things. Those are things that are driving what I'm doing now for the Alzheimer's Foundation. It'll be interesting also, like I talked about yesterday, now that Phil Robertson, head of Duck Commander, the main man of Duck Commander, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It'll also, I see they have Samuel L. Jackson as a spokesperson for the Alzheimer's Association. I don't know if I could find a better person to talk about it. He had family members that had it. So there's a lot of power there. There's a lot of money there. I hope we can make some ground. I hope that my $5,100 makes a positive impact here in Wisconsin. And we're going to try it all over again. But it's going to take some work. And it's going to take some work if you're struggling with your life, and you are struggling where you are now. It is going to take some work on your end to do some heavy mindset kind of coaching. Find the people that you want to be around. Find that circle of positive people. Find a circle of successful people. And I don't care what side of the aisle they're on. If they're successful for a reason. So learn from them. Talk to them. Find a place that has, I look at the port when I drive by the port every day. The port has a group of farmers and a bunch of people. I tell you what, if you want to learn something, talk to a bunch of old farmers that have been doing this way before all this, $300,000 quad tractors or $1 million combines or whatever it may be. The guy that's milking 100 head or the guy that's making his farm survive on, 500 acres or, whatever it may be. Talk to those people. They know what true grit's about. They know what it's all about. So again, thank you for tuning into the Moose Minute Project. I will be at the bowling alley at noon today to deliver that check to the Alzheimer's Association. But yeah, be prepared for some work. And don't expect your family or your parents to coddle you through. It shouldn't be an expectation. I guess I heard the other day that, if I was Warren Buffett's kids, I'd be pissed off because he ain't giving me anything. Well, Warren Buffett's kids didn't give him anything either. His parents didn't probably give him much. He worked his butt off for it or whatever he did. I don't know how he got to be where he is. But he doesn't have to pass it down to his kids just because he has it. If my parents were fully loaded, which they are not, I wouldn't expect it. Whatever they had working, and those kids I think that you see that have been given everything because their parents have it, you'll see it fail once it takes over. Or they'll be smart and get out of it and sell it and cash the money out. That's my opinion, because they're not ready for the work it takes to do it. They've been handed things too far, too easy, and it takes away from them in general. So it's going to take some work to succeed, and it's going to take also a lot of work to stay positive during these times when we see everybody is suing everybody and we are inundated with fake news. Whatever. I cracks me up when I hear that statement all the time. Is that, fake news, fake news, fake news. Or you're woke. Whatever the hell that means, I don't know. I wake up every day, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm woke or unwoke, but I'm up, so I guess I'm woke. I don't know. That's where I'm at today. It's just shit that comes to my mind, and I thank you all for listening to me go on. Hopefully somebody gets some point out of it. I don't know. But take time to bless somebody. Thank you again to everybody that participated in the first annual Marcy Strikeout Alzheimer's Shootout. And like I said, the second annual is on the books for November 8th, 2025. And if you have people that want to sponsor or do donation, whatever it may be, they can get a hold of me. I've already, like I said, I've received some silent auction stuff already, or told that, yes, we're involved again. So, awesome. I thank you all. All 50 sponsors, I just couldn't still get over it. So, thank you all. Have a great day. I will be back tomorrow morning for the Friday edition of the Moose Minute Project. Tonight is bowling night, so I might not be a happy mood. Who knows? Usually not, because bowling has been kind of rough lately. But I bowl with a good crew. I bowl with a lot of fun people, so that helps out. And as always, take time to bless somebody today. Again, if you see those gloves or those trees or whatever it may be for a gift, doesn't take a lot, especially with these temperatures now at -1. In these winter temperatures, it doesn't always have to be a toy. It can be clothes, whatever it may be. And yeah, have a great day from there.